let's get to Elon because this was big news. So the Wall Street Journal yesterday put out this report that Tesla is looking at moving on from Elon Musk.
Tesla is in shock. The company's board is now actively looking for a new CEO to replace Elon Musk. This news hit the market hard. Tesla's stock dropped fast as soon as it broke. For years, Musk was the driving force behind Tesla's success. Now, even his closest allies want a change. Why is the board turning against the man who built Tesla into a giant? What does this mean for the future of electric cars? The search for a new leader could change everything. Stay with us to find out what's next for Tesla and Elon Musk. The Wall Street Journal. Bombshell. Let's rewind to about a month ago. Tesla wasn't just slipping, it was spiraling. The stock price was cratering. Investor confidence was eroding by the hour. Customers were backing off, and the man behind it all, the face of the company, the genius, the firebrand, wasn't even paying attention. Elon Musk, instead of steering the ship through the storm, had his hands in every other pot imaginable. He was in Washington, playing statesman. He was on social media, talking about everything except Tesla. He was busy trying to reshape public discourse, while the company that made him a household name was sliding off the rails. And that's when the board decided enough is enough. Privately, and with extreme caution, Tesla's board members started making phone calls. Not to Musk, not to shareholders, but to professional headhunters. People you only call when you're seriously considering a leadership change at the highest level. Yes, the same board that had always backed Elon through every controversy, every lawsuit, every tweet storm, the people who, for years, had enabled his chaos in exchange for his genius, were now actively exploring replacements. For the first time in Tesla's history, they were entertaining the unthinkable, a future without Musk. And here's where things went from tense to explosive. They didn't just whisper behind his back, they confronted him, directly. Imagine this meeting. A group of senior board members sitting across from Elon Musk in a private room, laying down the law. No more distractions, no more split attention, no more acting like a part-time CEO. You either recommit to Tesla, fully, publicly, and visibly, or we'll find someone who will. And the most shocking part, Elon didn't explode. He didn't rage or storm out. He didn't fire back on Twitter or launch a counteroffensive through the media. He didn't do any of the things we've come to expect from the most unpredictable man in tech. He simply accepted it. Why? Because even he could see the writing on the wall. Tesla was flailing, deliveries were down, revenue was taking a hit, margins were shrinking, layoffs were spreading like wildfire, and on the factory floor, workers were growing restless. Engineers and designers, the very people responsible for Tesla's groundbreaking tech, were beginning to feel abandoned. Their CEO, the man who once slept on the floor of the Fremont factory to meet deadlines, was now absent, distant, and distracted. The board saw this. They weren't just responding to stock prices. They were responding to the collapse of confidence, inside and out. They realized something chilling. Tesla wasn't just dealing with short-term issues. It was on the verge of a full-blown identity crisis. So, where do we go from here? Elon Musk has reportedly recommitted to Tesla. He's back in meetings. He's reviewing production lines. He's weighing in on software updates. But many inside the company, and outside, are still skeptical. Will this renewed focus last? Or is it just a temporary pause before Elon pivots again, chasing the next political headline or tech fantasy? Tesla's future has always been tied to Musk. That's been its greatest strength and its greatest weakness. He's the reason it exists. But now, he might also be the reason it struggles. For the first time in a long time, the possibility of a post-Musk Tesla doesn't sound like science fiction. It sounds like a real conversation. Immediate denials and damage control. When that Wall Street Journal story dropped, Tesla went into full panic mode.
Tesla, well, it's poised to begin its long-awaited robotaxi service in Austin on June 12th, according to a source.
Picture this. It's 1:23 in the morning. Most people are sleeping, but not Tesla's team. They're frantically writing a response. Someone's phone is buzzing at midnight. Lawyers are getting emergency calls. The PR team is scrambling. This is damage control at its finest. Tesla's statement was short and angry. This is absolutely false. They said the board never contacted any recruitment firms. They called the whole story fake news. But here's where it gets interesting. Look at their exact words. They said they're highly confident in his ability to continue. That sounds supportive, right? But it also sounds careful, like a lawyer wrote it. And notice what they denied. They said the board didn't contact recruitment firms. That's very specific, very narrow. What about individual board members? What about casual conversations? What about back-channel discussions? They didn't deny any of that. It's like saying, I didn't rob the bank when someone asks if you stole money. Technically true, but maybe you robbed something else. Now, here's where Elon lost his mind. 7 minutes later, at 1:30 a.m., Elon went nuclear on Twitter. And I mean nuclear. Extremely bad breach of ethics. All caps. Pure rage. He's screaming at the Wall Street Journal through his phone screen. He called it a deliberately false article. He said they ignored Tesla's denial. He was furious. But think about this for a second. It's past midnight. The CEO of Tesla is having a public meltdown on social media about his own company. This isn't normal behavior. Companies get fake stories written about them all the time. Usually they just ignore it, or they put out a calm statement the next day. But this was pure panic. Here's the real question nobody's asking. If this story was completely made up, why the midnight scramble? Why the lawyer language? Why the Twitter tantrum? When you're issuing desperate denials at 1 a.m., something definitely hit too close to home. Credibility analysis. So who do we believe here? Tesla says it's fake. Elon is screaming on Twitter, but let's look at the facts. The Wall Street Journal isn't some random blog. They're not making stuff up for clicks. These guys have been covering Elon Musk longer than almost anyone else. Think about their track record. Every major Elon story, every Tesla scandal, every SpaceX drama. The Journal has been there first. And they've been right. Remember when they broke the story about Elon's SEC troubles? Right again. The Twitter buyout drama? They had it first. His breakup with Grimes? Yep. The Journal. These reporters don't just throw darts at a board. They have sources. Real people. Inside information. But here's what's really telling. Look at Tesla's denial again. Really look at it. They said the board didn't contact recruitment firms. The board, as a group. That's a very specific denial. Very narrow. Very careful. What if individual board members made calls? What if just 2 or 3 people reached out? What if they had casual conversations at fancy dinners? None of that would be lying about the board not doing it officially. It's like saying, the family didn't buy a car when actually your brother went shopping by himself. Technically true, but misleading. And here's something else that's suspicious. Companies use this trick all the time. When they're in crisis mode, they hire expensive lawyers. These lawyers write very precise denials. They find the narrowest possible thing to deny. They don't lie, but they don't tell the whole truth either. Think about it this way. If someone accused you of something completely false, wouldn't you deny everything? Wouldn't you say, none of this happened? But Tesla didn't do that. They picked one specific thing to deny. That's lawyer behavior. Now here's the $1 million question. The Wall Street Journal has multiple sources. They say people familiar with the discussions. That's not one person. That's several people telling the same story. Why would multiple people lie about the same thing? What's in it for them? The Journal's reputation is on the line. They wouldn't risk it for a fake story. The bigger picture, Musk's political pivot. Let's zoom out and see what's really happening here. Elon Musk has basically abandoned Tesla for politics, and it's destroying everything he built. Think about where Elon spends his time now. He's in Washington more than he's at Tesla. He's playing politician instead of building cars. His priorities have completely flipped. The Wisconsin election was the turning point. Something happened there that changed everything in Trump world. Suddenly, Elon wasn't the golden boy anymore. The magic was gone. Here's what's really going on behind the scenes. This isn't going to end with some big dramatic explosion. No screaming matches, no public breakups. It's what we call quiet quitting. Elon is slowly backing away from Tesla, bit by bit, day by day. He's checking out mentally while still holding the title. But here's the crazy part. Both Trump and Elon need each other. Trump needs Elon's billions to fund his political machine. Elon needs Trump's power to protect his business empire. They're stuck together, even if they don't really like each other anymore. Now here's where it gets really bad for Tesla. Who buys Tesla cars? Rich liberals in California, environmentally conscious people, tech workers, educated professionals, people who care about clean energy. These are not Trump voters. These are not MAGA people. These are the exact opposite. So what happens when Elon becomes Trump's best friend? When he's posting conspiracy theories? When he's attacking the very people who buy his cars? They stop buying his cars. Obviously, this was so predictable it's almost funny. Elon took the world's most liberal car brand and made it toxic to liberals. It's like opening a vegan restaurant and then posting pictures of yourself eating steaks. But here's what makes it worse. Elon didn't just alienate his customers. He became a political symbol. Tesla isn't just a car anymore. It's a statement. And for half the country, it's the wrong statement. You can't run a car company when half your potential customers hate what you represent. You can't build a brand when your CEO is more famous for politics than products. That's why the board is panicking. They see the writing on the wall. While Elon was playing politics, Tesla was falling apart. And I mean completely falling apart. Let's start with the numbers. Tesla sales are crashing worldwide. Not just in America, everywhere. The company that once dominated electric cars is now losing market share fast. China was supposed to be Tesla's golden ticket, their biggest growth market, their future. But guess what? They're getting destroyed over there. BYD is eating Tesla's lunch. These Chinese companies are building better cars, cheaper cars, more innovative cars. Tesla looks old and boring compared to what's coming out of China now. Here's the brutal truth nobody wants to admit. Chinese electric cars are better than Tesla. Better technology, better design, better price. Tesla used to be the cool kid on the block. Now, they're the expensive has-been. But wait, it gets so much worse. Let's talk about the Cybertruck. Oh boy, where do we even start? This thing is one of the biggest automotive disasters in history. Seriously, Tesla dealerships won't even take Cybertrucks as trade-ins. Think about that. Tesla's own dealers don't want this vehicle on their lots. That's how bad it is. Why? Because nobody wants to buy them. They're sitting there gathering dust, taking up space, losing value every day. The Cybertruck has become a political symbol, and not a good one. People see it and think crazy Trump supporter. Half the country won't even consider buying one. But the problems go deeper than politics. The design is terrible. It's expensive. It's poorly made. It breaks down constantly. It's completely impractical for most people. And here's the kicker. It only makes sense in America. You can't sell this thing in Europe or Asia or anywhere else. The design is too weird, too big, too American. So Tesla spent billions developing a truck that only works in one country. And even there, people hate it. The trade wars are making everything worse. Higher costs, supply chain problems, international tensions. Tesla went from being the future of cars to being a cautionary tale, all while their CEO was tweeting about politics instead of fixing the company. That's why the board is desperate for change. Board dynamics and governance. Tesla's board has a dirty secret. It's packed with Elon Musk's friends. Most boards are supposed to watch over CEOs and keep them in line. Tesla's board does the opposite. They cheer Musk on, no matter what he does. This creates a massive problem when things go wrong. The worst part, Musk's own brother sits on the board. Kimball Musk has been there since 2004. Imagine your brother deciding whether you deserve a raise or if you should get fired. That's exactly what happens at Tesla. Family loyalty beats business sense every time. The Murdoch family also had ties to Tesla's board. This created even more messy relationships. Media moguls, tech billionaires, and family members all mixed together. No one wanted to be the bad guy who challenged Musk. Real independent directors are supposed to ask tough questions. They should push back when CEOs make risky moves. Tesla's board never did this. They rubber-stamped everything Musk wanted. Crazy pay packages? Approved. Risky business moves? No problem. Twitter distractions? Fine by them. This cozy setup worked when Tesla was a small startup. Everyone believed in the mission. But now Tesla is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Shareholders deserve better protection. They need board members who think about profits, not friendship. Something shocking just happened. The board that never says no to Musk is finally considering saying goodbye. This is huge. These are the same people who stood by Musk through every scandal. They defended him when he called that rescue diver a pedo guy. They stayed quiet during his Twitter meltdowns. They approved his $56 billion pay package without blinking. Now they're thinking about firing him. What changed? The math changed. Keeping Musk is becoming too expensive. Legal bills are piling up. The company's reputation is taking hits. Stock prices are shaky. Even loyal friends have limits when money is on the line. This board has never challenged Musk before. Not once in Tesla's entire history have they seriously questioned his leadership. They've been his biggest cheerleaders for decades. But business is business. When your CEO becomes a liability instead of an asset, even friends start making hard choices. The board is finally doing what boards are supposed to do, thinking about shareholders first. This moment feels like a turning point. If these loyal board members can consider removing Musk, it shows just how bad things have gotten. The golden boy of tech might finally face real consequences for his actions. The question now is whether they'll actually pull the trigger or just talk about it. Trump administration dynamics and what this means. Going forward, the June 10th cabinet meeting told the whole story in one uncomfortable scene. Musk sat there, but nobody cared what he had to say. Just months earlier, Musk was the star of these meetings. He'd hold court, explaining his grand plans while everyone listened. Trump treated him like a prized advisor. Those days are over. Now, Musk's status is murky at best. He's not a cabinet member. His Doge leadership role seems to be fading. The cameras caught Trump's body language. Dismissive, almost annoyed. It was painful to watch. The contrast is striking. Musk went from being Trump's tech guru to just another guy taking up space in the room. Trump's words were polite but deadly. You're invited to stay as long as you want. Anyone who's ever been fired knows that tone. It's the corporate equivalent of "we need to talk." Trump was giving Musk a polite eviction notice without saying it directly. The subtext was clear. Time to get back to your cars, Elon. There's also a practical issue. Federal rules limit special government employees to 180 days of service. Musk has been couch-surfing in government buildings way past his welcome. Even Trump's patience has limits. Tesla's stock tells the story of Musk's political adventure. After Trump's election win, shares got a nice bump. Investors thought Musk's White House connections would help the company. Then reality hit. As Musk got deeper into politics, Tesla stock crashed hard. The CEO search reports made things even worse. Investors started panicking about leadership chaos. Recovery attempts have been weak. The overall trend is down, and investors are getting nervous. Here's the truth. Musk might be tired of Tesla. He's been running the company for over 20 years. That's a lifetime in tech. His heart seems more invested in SpaceX these days. Mars colonization excites him more than electric cars. Political games with Doge are taking up mental space that used to go to Tesla. Musk runs 5 major companies now. His attention is split in too many directions. Something has to give. Short term, expect more chaos. Stock prices will stay volatile until leadership questions get resolved. Tesla needs someone focused on the business, not distracted by politics. The brand might actually benefit from Musk stepping back. His Twitter antics have turned off many potential customers. A more professional CEO could repair those relationships. Long-term, Tesla needs succession planning. Whether Musk stays or goes, he won't run the company forever. The board should have been preparing for this transition years ago. The political fallout with Trump adds another wrinkle. If Musk leaves government service on bad terms, it could affect Tesla's future dealings with federal agencies. One thing's certain, the easy days of Musk doing whatever he wants are over. Reality is finally catching up. Company transformation, potential pivot away from Musk-centric model, market positioning, opportunity to rebuild EV market leadership. Tesla's future is uncertain, and the search for a new CEO marks a major turning point for the company. With Elon Musk's priorities shifting, investors and employees alike are watching closely to see what comes next. Will the new leadership restore Tesla's dominance, or will Musk's exit mark the end of an era? Keep following us for the latest updates as this story unfolds. What do you think? Is Tesla better off without Elon? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.